Our next athletes coming out, again in 52 kilogram.
Are from Turkey and Singapore. This is our women's 52 kilogram bout. Both women looking as if they are equally matched in height.
Red with some good
Great
straight
reach.
punches,
Yes.
from Turkey, and also threatening with a head kick and a good body kick scoring
Nice
too. She's doing very well.
Yes, spinning back fist there.
Blue needs to move off the line, not stay and take that damage. This is way too early in the fight to do that.
Our fighter from Singapore is taking a lot of blows, a lot of punches. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up in this. We're only 30 seconds in, and there's a spinning back fist and a kick to a 12-point discrepancy.
Yeah. That was only the glove, though we heard a sound there. There's no point.
Yes.
But now Turkey finding a rhythm, getting inside leg kicks.
Turkey has had quite a bit of experience with at the World Wushu Championships, and we will see strong fights from Turkey as well. Turkey has actually hosted the World Wushu Championships for the adults and also for the youth. Again, we're already in the 12-point discrepancy range with 50 seconds left. Our fighter from Singapore really having difficulty penetrating the attacks.
And it looks like we're just one judge away from a 12-point gap.
There's a roundhouse kick and a side kick. Another roundhouse kick to the torso and a punch. And 17 seconds left to go.
And that's the end of the round. Singapore just escaping that 12-point gap on just one of the judges' scorecards.
Left hand and a nice push kick.
Good spinning back fist, looked like connected maybe with the forearm.
Forearm, just so that our, and that's our fighter from Turkey who won the first round, so that our viewers know the forearm is actually not a scoring portion of the arm. It would have to be the fist that makes contact. Our fighter from Singapore getting some direction from her coach to try and turn some things around in the round. One of the things that would help this fighter, if she has it in her arsenal, is to show better footwork. As you mentioned, Mark, she's standing in front of her opponent, so she takes a lot of techniques without her opponent really having to make a lot of effort to move around. So
you end up in the mulcher of people's combinations if you just stay there, and that's also maybe some distance closing here. You know, maybe make it a little dirtier a fight against a tall fighter.
There she is trying to close a distance.
Unfortunately, no scoring on the strikes when you clinch, but she could score on the way in, possibly.
Right. Actually, when she closes the distance, she neutralizes the reach of her opponent.
And then we saw Turkey throw a head kick there, and and that's what you run into when you're out at the longer reach of a tall fighter. Of course, closing the distance, easier said than done. It's a lot of work, and you know, that's why sometimes sitting outside a fight is easy to say, oh, well, we should do this or that, but of course it's tough when you're in there. She's showing a lot of heart to keep coming in, but still Turkey scoring more than she is, doing some good counter-striking, kicking underneath.
Receiving a caution from the platform referee. Our fighter from Turkey, ALİPAŞaOօğlu, is still ahead in this second round. She won the first round over our fighter Grace So from Singapore.
Now we're seeing Turkey find some looping angles there with some tight kind of hooking shots. Very good, and a loud body kick. Another jab.
So Grace doing a good job of neutralizing the throw.
It looks like Turkey's kind of feeling the throw out, not really overly committing. No sense to risk falling yourself, I suppose. And again, we're close to a 12-point 12-point gap system. Sorry. Coming to the end of the round, and it will be Turkey moving on to the next round.
Zeynep ALİPAŞaOօğlu from Turkey wins the second round. Grace So from Singapore has a better second round than her first round. Still not enough, but definitely an improvement over her first round that she can be proud of.
And we see there Turkey landing. See there, Grace closing in and kind of shutting, neutralizing, and some good close boxing there too for her. So yeah, good strategy and a good attempt to turn it around, but just a very skillful opponent as well. And a lot of those punches there might not score, kind of glancing blows, etc. So for our viewers, it might look like more than what's coming up on the scorecard. And
one of the things our viewers will notice from the